Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. One of the most popular chart analysts in all of crypto, who happens to have XRP as his #1 holding, says that XRP is going to melt faces soon, which is a phrase that I am quite fond of. And it's by the way, it's not he's not speaking figuratively. He does mean literally. For those of you that were around in 2017, you may have noticed that when you were walking around, just out on the street, on the sidewalks, at your local Walmart, when you're picking up a package of bologna, you're just walking around and there's all these disgusting looking little piles that look like vomit, but they're not vomit. They're actually just literal little piles of melted face goo is what it is. It looks very gross, but it's absolutely fantastic. And so that is coming back to us. I assure you that's absolutely coming back. Incredible Crypto, as the analyst I'm speaking of, he assures everyone that it's coming, and he shares an interesting chart which I want to talk about, indicating that the bulls are just the bulls are taking hold. Let's just say that. So very clearly that's the direction that we're heading, despite some negative Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin leads the market, resulting in people today feeling very scare because reasons and emotion, right? And actually, you know what? This is fun too, though. And this is a little blip. I'll probably share this towards the end of the video, but Bitcoin crashed 87% today. I kid you not. It actually happened, but just on one exchange. Somebody picked up Bitcoin at an incredible discount. It's just, I'll share with you the specifics, but again, I'll share that towards the end because I want to talk more about some of the XRP stuff earlier on in the video, along with some other opinions from analysts. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, at the time I'm recording this, XRP is at $1.12. Bitcoin down, oh no, $62,944. You realize I'm able to say down and then that price? Like, that's insane. That's a really high price, okay? Bitcoin in March of last year was hovering around $4,000 at its lowest point. So, not exactly crying. Market cap for the asset class, 2.62 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at a little over 45%. And how are the lemmings feeling today? Well, this is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Mind you, this updates every 24 hours at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the next update, given the time I'm recording this, it's in another 1 hour and 31 minutes. There's a little countdown here on the page. So it's, according to my iPhone here, it's 5:28 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is, what is it, Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday, October 21st. So it's reporting that the lemmings out there, your typical retail speculators, are in extreme greed at 84 out of 100, even higher than yesterday, which was 82 out of 100. But I suspect that once we see 7 p.m. Central Standard Time roll around, that number is going to be a bit lower because the price has been going down. And so these typical retail investors, imagine living your life like this. Whatever is happening price-wise in the moment, you feel emotions as a result of the short-term volatility. And not only that, if you're a stereotypical investor here, you're responding with your buying and purchasing decisions accordingly. Imagine living life like that. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. This is ridiculous. Like, you just have to come to expect that there's volatility, and sometimes it's to the downside, but we've been trending up for 12 freaking years despite massive pullbacks during bear markets. I'm not afraid in the least. There's no reason to be afraid. Like, the crypto asset class is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, even if you're so unfortunate to buy the top of a market cycle, even if you're that clueless and that's what you do, like, we're still trending up. Even if it takes years to get through a bear market, you'll still be up. Like, well, I mean, if history continues to go the direction that it's been going, you know, there's no reason to think it's not at this particular point in time. I'm feeling good. Here's a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer. There is often debate as to whether or not Bitcoin's performance is tied to the stock market. Yesterday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average poked above its all-time high, set 64 days prior. Yesterday, Bitcoin poked above its all-time high, and today, both pulled back. Exactly. So, look, we have over a decade of data showing that the stocks and crypto move together. And not down literally to the second, the day, the week necessarily, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I'm saying when there are big moves, they're correlated. They are. And I think there's a good argument to be made that it's Bitcoin following the stock market. Not that you can't find instances outside of that. In fact, I can't remember what was being claimed as the reason for this, but recently, and I talked about it on the channel, it was being claimed that Bitcoin was decoupling, crypto's decoupling from stocks, equities. And I'm just sitting there like, guys, even if, like, at best this is an outlier, but it's not even some gigantic move necessarily, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what the cause was, but I was like, guys, we've got like a decade of data showing that's not the case. So when you have one little anecdotal incident, don't assume that something has completely changed. It's like, can we accumulate more data and see if there's a trend? Because one data point, a trend does not make. Just saying here. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vanderpop. And obviously this is in response to people freaking out today about the market being down just a little tiny baby boo bit. He wrote, "No, we're not entering a bear market. We're at the start of a massive second run of this bull cycle. Stay focused." Yes, indeed, truer words have never been spoken. And he is correct. This is finally the point that we've been waiting for. This. Finally, a new Bitcoin all-time high. We just got it yesterday, and now people are losing their ever-loving minds because Bitcoin's down several $1,000s roughly. I can't. These people. Now I know it's not you. That's why I've got it. So the people that listen to this channel, it's very clear to me that you are much more informed and you're able to control your emotions better than the typical investor. I even put out a poll which led me. I talked about that. I guess within the last few weeks or so, which pretty well proves that you guys, not because your emotions not the same as the typical investor. I put a poll on it, which indicated as much. But anyway, and then Michael Vanderpop also tweeted out this. "Yes, I do expect altcoins to make massive moves. Yes, I do expect the market capitalization of crypto to reach $10 trillion. Yes, I do expect Bitcoin to run to $200,000 plus. Still, timing on altcoins and when to buy those, that's the crucial one for the coming weeks/months. Well, I'll tell you what, once things really start going and Bitcoin runs even further, that's when even altcoins are going to be too expensive for it to make rational sense to jump in. And I don't think we're terribly far off from that, even if it's weeks or a month or two or whatever it ends up being away. There's not much time left here. But his points in general that he cited here, certainly not lost on me. We're in a bull market. We're about to see explosive action to the upside here. And including Bitcoin. So like this short-term downward price action, who cares? And I don't know if he's right that Bitcoin will run to over $200,000, but I'm not ruling out. I'm definitely not. This is crypto, folks. Now let's talk about XRP a little bit here. Here's what chart analyst Credible Crypto shared with his 251,000 followers. Can't get over how great this chart looks. From a technical perspective, I struggle to see how an analyst can make an objectively bearish case for this chart. When we break up here soon, XRP is going to melt faces. Ah, yes, that disgusting, lovely face goo. I can't wait for it. So that's the quote. And here's the chart that he was sharing. And you can see what's happening here. This chart is going back into, it looks like 2017 territory back here. So you can see the all-time high for XRP right around here. Well, you can see how high it got up right there. Insanity. And then what happened, though? There are important levels that have been watched. And for instance, $1, an important level. This is a price reclaiming major strength / resistance flip. That's what we're talking about. So you can see as we entered the bear market, that was an important level that was lost. Another important level here, 60 cents, and it was ultimately lost. And you know how low XRP got down to, as low as 11 cents in March of last year, 2020, when there was the pandemic freak out and everything crashed, including equities. And so what ultimately happened, though? What did we see happen? Well, look at what happened earlier this year with the price of XRP. It burst up to over $2 or close to $2, somewhere in that neighborhood. And we did lose that $1 market, but where did it hold? Look at this roughly 60-cent region where it's shaded green here, right? That level held. That was a major support level, and then broke through resistance at $1. And because look, how high did we get? I think it wicked up to it wicked up to like a $1.41 was the highest I recently saw within the last few weeks, whatever it was. And then it did crater back down, but that $1 level, which is an important level, Credible Crypto citing here, it did hold as support. And so the point is, this is a clear trending to the upside. This is not negative. This is look at the chart, damn it. Look at this. Do you see that? It's moving up with the rest of the market. And yes, I'm on board with most of you. I would assume anyway. I'm kind of making an assumption here, fair enough. But I think that we're all assuming that the price of XRP is suppressed thanks to the SEC action at this point, right? I assume most of you think that. I do. but still it's moving with the rest of the market. It's just at a suppressed level. And you can see that with your eyeballs. Use your human eyeballs. It's trending up. This is what's happening. And so that's why Incredible Crypto is like, I don't see how anybody could objectively look at this and say that this is not bullish. Face melt time. Face melting is coming, right? But I can understand the concerns. There are all sorts of people that are worried about what's the SEC impact of this. And I'm not kidding you. And I could be wrong, but I mean this, what I'm saying. I have 0% concern about XRP participating in a parabolic blow off top for this market stock. I have 0% concern. But here's somebody named Nana wrote the following. And again, this is totally legit concern, but this individual wrote, "Didn't you hear the SEC case has been extended? Won't that hinder XRP's run?" And here's a response from XRP community member Frecky, and I like this, so I thought I'd share it. And then he wrote, by the way, I should mention this too. He works in finance, and he's been a Bitcoin and crypto investor since 2011, decade now. So I get the sense he knows what he's talking about. Here's his take, which is similar to mine. He wrote, "Nah, it's all technical analysis fib on these coins. Speculation still this cycle. Maybe next cycle utility will show up. That's when the fundamentals and utility matter. But that is likely next cycle. So this cycle is the usual technical analysis pricing, etc. We can still see $10 plus range. Now we wait, XRP." Yeah, and so that's my general thought too, as I keep citing here. When people are making these decisions to pile into coins, these decisions are not being made based on well-informed decisions. It's based on something's coming. I want a piece of that too. It's called fear of missing out. We see humans behaving like that. Absolutely we do. And so do you really think that XRP will be the only coin where any sort of real-world circumstances actually matters? It'll be the only one. Out of 12,000 coins, it'll be the only one where it actually matters, so it's going to miss the bull market and everything else goes. I don't buy that. I'm telling you, my concern is 0%. It doesn't mean that what happens in the real world will be in line with what I'm expecting, but I mean what I'm saying. I have 0% concern over this. 0, 0, 0. Here's what Credible Crypto had to say. Chart analyst Credible Crypto. And he's on board with the same way I'm thinking. He wrote, "If you think the SEC case delay is going to cause XRP to miss out on the bull run, you need to read the tweet below again as a reminder. Focus on the charts, which look excellent, by the way, and don't get distracted by the noise." Exactly. And again, there's proof XRP is moving to the upside. It is still a top 10 cryptocurrency. It's number 6 right now. That is fantastic. Yeah, I'm not happy it's suppressed just like you're not, but it's still in a damn good position. Like, this is where all of the awesome action happens. And so what was he saying to read again? Well, he shared one of his tweets from December 24th last year. This is 2 days after that asshat Clayton filed the suit against Ripple. And it reads as follows, and please listen to this. 90% of Ripple's customers are not in the US. 90+% of XRP trading volume occurs on exchanges outside the US. XRP is not a security in Singapore, the UK, Switzerland, and Japan. If you think the SEC case is sending XRP to zero, you may not be thinking objectively. XRP is global. Now, hasn't that aged well? Think about this. The price of XRP cratered down to 17 cents, and he was right. If you think it's going to zero, and he was saying this when everybody, people were piling on, not literally everybody, maybe, understandably, a lot of people, XRP community members, understandably concerned. What does this mean? It was early days, still trying to get a grasp on what does this mean, the implications, including for price action. But this has aged incredibly well. As we saw, XRP ended up climbing almost $2 months later, right? And so then it retraced, but then it's heading back up, and there's levels of support, as I've just cited a moment ago. XRP is truly global. And the number I heard cited from, I think it was Brad Garlinghouse, is that 95% of trading this is before the action against them, was already outside of the United States. So when your XRP went to almost $4, to those of you listening in the United States, when XRP went to almost $4, it's not because of people in the United States. The biggest reason that happened, the strong majority of the reason your XRP was worth almost $4 is because of people outside of the United States trading it. That's the strong reason. And that's still happening. It is not going away. And XRP has additional utility outside of how Ripple's using it. So just don't lose sight of any of this. Here's chart analyst Ambessa, who wrote, XRP, not the most bullish yet, but the most psychological play. You will see the outcome of the lawsuit in the chart first, then news. And so I think he's acknowledging there, because in terms of actual price action, yes, it's amazing that, as I just cited, the reclaiming of support levels, it's there. I just showed it to you. But it is suppressed. And so it's not the most bullshit. Like, and Bess is an XRP bull, mind you, but he's just saying at this exact moment it's not. But what does that represent? To me, that represents opportunity. It hasn't gone yet. And as far as a psychological play, I get what he's saying, because look, if we do get settlement, what do you think that's going to do for the price of XRP, like, overnight? I'm willing to speculate. I would think it would mean something to the positive, substantially higher. We've seen how coins have reacted in situations kind of like this in the past, like Kick Interactive's Kin token. We saw it happen there. Ended up over a shorter period of time rallying like 2,000%. So, just saying. But he is one of these analysts that thinks that XRP is going to be going substantially higher. But I can't remember exactly what his prediction is for XRP this cycle, but he is one of the individuals that's like, yeah, but over $10 XRP. And then there is this. Let's talk about this for a minute. This is just fascinating. This is a headline from CoinDesk. Bitcoin price flash crash on Binance US attributed to trader algorithm bug. Yeah, somebody got fired here, I'm assuming. Bitcoin's price briefly crashed 87% and then recovered within the span of a single minute early Thursday on Binance US, in a fleeting but very real flash crash that the cryptocurrency exchange attributed to a bug in an institutional customer's trading algorithm. At 11:34 UTC, the price fell from around $65,760 to as low as $8,200, then quickly bounced back up to almost exactly where it was before. Somebody's having a bad day there, and somebody's having a really good day there, wouldn't you think? Because we're not talking about offers for sale here. We're saying this is what the price was on the platform. That's what it was being sold for. That's crazy. And here's a quote. One of our institutional traders indicated to us that they had a bug in their trading algorithm, which appears to have caused the sell-off that was reported this morning, a Binance US spokesperson told CoinDesk. And here's a quote. We are continuing to look into the event, but understand from the trader that they have now fixed their bug and that the issue appears to have been resolved, the spokesperson said, and declined to comment further on details about the crash. So look, we don't know any specifics beyond that, but it was clearly an accident, and I don't know how much was purchased at that price, but any amount at $8,200 when the market rate is at that time over $65,000, that's got to be a little bit painful. Oops a doodles, right? Damn. Good times. Anyway, as always, I'm feeling fantastic about crypto markets. How are you feeling? I'll go ahead and wrap up here, though. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.